Welcome to In Moderation,
the show where we give you a moderate dose of info, sarcasm, and we already know we're not approved.
Okay, well, before we start this episode, I just want to say we are getting really close to episode 50. And just like with episode 25, we're hoping to do another giveaway. Already have Jocko Fuel interested in sponsoring, as well as Ella, who everybody knows is Scientific Snitch. And we're hoping to get a couple others. But remember, all you have to do is join the Patreon for free. We don't care, just as long as you're in it. And that said, welcome to episode, I don't know, Liam's...
Yeah, I'm very confused because you said 50 and we've been saying 69 for a long time now. So like 50, I don't know, man.
Yeah, Liam's already past 50, but for the rest 50. Of us, we're getting close to 50.
I have no idea. For everybody else, it is 4th of July, but we are losers and we were invited to 0 cookouts. So we are at home now deciding to record a podcast.
And I'm Canadian, so I don't care.
Everybody celebrates the birth of America. What are you talking about, Rob?
Oh, sorry.
As Diet America, don't you have a Diet Independence Day tomorrow or something?
It was on the 1st.
Oh, the first.
On the 1st, yeah.
Had to get it in there. That's it.
I had to get it first.
What do you? Is it also fireworks and like showing off your breasts, or what's the deal?
Fireworks and apologizing to everybody. The ritual apologization circle.
So like every other day, or like is it different specifically? Just add fireworks to it?
Just with the fireworks,
yeah. Okay, yeah. Just with the fireworks.
Yeah.
Okay, I figured
boom,
as much.
Oh, I'm sorry. Boom. Ooh, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to make sure.
Was that too loud? I'm sorry.
The cops apologize for showing up to people's places about the fucking fireworks. Hey, sorry, we have to be here, eh?
Sorry you blew your hand off, eh?
Well, at least you get free healthcare, so you can get the hand thing figured out.
Yeah. The best reason for socialized healthcare. And that's today's podcast. Good night, everybody. But our guest today is somebody I'm excited for, because when I first started getting into fitness, this was one of the people that I was watching, that I subscribed to. This is Pure Bullfit Kevin Meier.
Oh, first try, man. Almost nobody gets that right on the first try.
I would have said Meier. I think I would have said Meier. I'm looking at it, so I was like, Meier, like the grocery store or whatever the store it is. Like we got Meier's. Do you have Meier? Meier thing?
No.
We got Oscar Meier.
Oscar Meier.
That's the joke I heard the most growing up, and I used to get really upset about it. And then I saw how big the Wienermobile was, and I stopped.
The Wienermobile, yeah.
There you go.
Seriously,
yes.
I've always wanted to get one. Oh man, fucking sucks. I want to get one of those. But anyway, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Unlike y'all, I was invited to some cookouts and whatnot, but I don't really do crowds and I don't do loud noise, and that's what today is all about. So
don't lie, you just like us better.
Yeah.
I'm good with the other one because I also feel that way. I've been to, I think, all of one concert in my entire life because I don't like crowds and I don't like loud noises. And that's kind of what a concert is wrapped up together. So I just don't like them.
I live in a tiny town and I can literally just look out the window and see the fireworks when they go off.
Oh, yeah, they're just down the river from my house. I can enjoy them.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll look out the window and enjoy them as we're talking.
Excellent. So if we hear a bunch of booms in the background, it is not the local mafia, drug dealer, whatever.
I wouldn't rush to judgment.
Okay.
I mean, it might also be that. We live in America, so I mean, you're talking about how much we love guns.
It is that kind of town, and Maine is the only state, as far as I'm aware, that has more permissive gun laws than Texas.
Oh, is that
true? Not many people know that. It's absolutely true. You don't need a license to conceal carry. All you have to be is 21 to buy a handgun, 18 to buy a gun, or have either of those given to you by someone who is.
I had no idea.
Wow.
You can walk down the street strapped or concealed, whatever you want. It's ridiculous.
Interesting. That's
and if
something.
you come on my yard and I just say, "Who are you? You have to leave." You know what?
Yeah. I'll say in New York, it's like the strictest laws. Like you can't get fucking diddly dick in terms of guns in New York. There's like nothing.
My buddy took an online course and he told me yesterday that it qualified for his explosives license. So
nice. Okay.
That's the state of Maine.
I will say, if you are going to murder someone, the 4th of July seems like the best time to do it because, like, you know, a gun goes off and everyone's like, oh, more fireworks. And then you just walk away. Right? I wonder if more.
And then you roll a nat
murders-
1 when hiding the body.
You've been playing too much fucking Baldur's Gate, my friend. I wouldn't hide the. I know, you just shoot and walk away. Like, everyone's just going to assume it's just a firework, you know, going off. And then you're no harm, no foul.
Yeah, the average person makes at least 7 to 10 mistakes, and most of those are in trying to process, hide, or disguise the body or clean up the scene. So your best bet is actually to just do the deed, interact as little with your
don't touch it. Don't leave your calling card. Just walk out of there. Just act like it never happened. Welcome back to How to Get Away with Murder.
In Canada, there's the extra step of going over to the police station and apologizing.
And turning yourself in. I did it. I can't live with this on my conscience.
I did it, buddy.
But he deserved it, eh?
Well,
I appreciate that, man. I kind of got started in the fitness sphere almost by accident, and I fell in with a certain group of people that inspired me to take a drama-ridden sort of negative route to calling people out, using the excuse that I was doing the net good by calling these folks out. But what I discovered is that just basically everybody that does it that way, who finds somebody, tears them down, calls them every name in the book, and then adds like 1 or 2 helpful points. Not one of them that I've ever met wasn't just doing it for profit. Not one of them that I've ever worked with or met actually cares about the people that they say they're trying to help. So I took a big step back from that, and I have been doing it much differently over the last few years. It's very profitable, though. Like, talk shit on the internet, and you're talking about just ad revenue from from YouTube, just at anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000 a month in ad revenue.
Oh yeah,
it's
I wouldn't even begin to imagine how much Greg Doucette's making.
It is multiple 7 figures.
Oh yeah,
just off of the ad revenue. I mean, I think he said that.
Yeah,
but if you do the CPM calculations, which is boring, if you just give him the lowest rating because his voice is annoying and he cusses a lot.
I don't think he swears at all because like he covers it up with like his cookbook thing. Yeah, I think he cut that out so he can make more money.
Well, he also sponsors himself, so that lowers your CPM. So if he has products that he's selling, that makes him less marketable to other advertisers like charlatans like V-Shreds aren't going to do as many ads on his because he's also selling the product. So you can make upwards of like $15 per 1,000 views, all the way down to $2.10 per 1,000 views. So if you get 1 million views on a video, which is not that uncommon for the huge channels, you're looking at like $20,000 to $30,000 per video. And if you put out 3 videos a day, like certain people, you're making bank. You're fine.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just like
get on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, we're always like interested in like celebrities and stuff. That always takes off. You know, you talk about the newest celebrity like trend or whatever the hell fuck is going on, right? Like you just do that in the fitness world. You just talk about whoever's big. You know, Sam Sulik is big right now, so just talk a bunch of shit about that, and then you know, take it to the bank.
It doesn't matter what your opinion is because engagement is engagement.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if people like your video. If you're ratioed to hell, you're going to do well. Monetarily, you're going to get death threats and stuff like that. Like. I said 5 repetition sets aren't magic, and that was the first time I got a death threat.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
I didn't feel like that was a hot take. I was like, hey, you should have a mix of repetition volume goals, you know, to address a broad spectrum of building strength and endurance, etc. But the Mark Ripito crowd was like, one guy was literally like, I will fly across the ocean to spit on your corpse. He was so mad.
Wow.
That I disagree with Mark Ripito.
Most of the threats I get are, I'll cut off your beard.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's personal.
That is personal.
That's intensely personal.
Because I've asked other people this too. Do you think, because it does seem pretty pervasive in like the fitness world where people are really just in it for the money. Do you think it's more so in the fitness world, or is it just like on average people are in it for the money and that it just happens to be also we're talking about fitness?
This is only speaking to my experience, and I don't want to make broad stroke.
You don't want to get
judgments.
death threats. We got it, but go ahead.
Oh, I'm not. I'm a former Marine, and for everybody who's threatened to kick my ass, not one of them has showed up. I'm afraid of exactly no one. And I love that. I love it when guys like Vegan Gains, he threatened me, and some dude I called out, his friend.
I mean, Vegans Gains has threatened everyone. He's threatened me.
Oh, yeah.
They talk about shit like he's.
Well, shit, he hasn't threatened me yet. I'm a nobody, apparently.
I'll reach out directly and I'll say, hey, you know what? I know that you're just talking out your ass, but on the off chance that you're serious, this is what we can do. We can set up, I've got an MMA gym close to my house. We can set up a charity event. You win. All the proceeds go to your charity. When I win, when you come all this way to get your ass whooped and embarrassed, all the proceeds go to the charity of my choice. Not one of them has taken me up on it.
I like that.
All a bunch of vacuous, spineless, feckless, pusillanimous little punks. Every last one of them.
So are there more of those in the fitness industry because of the people
Yes.
it attracts? Or do you think, is it just like that is true in everything and this we happen to see
No,
it?
I don't think that. So there are more corrupt, like social media industries, MLMs, way more corrupt, right? But if I were to put a percentage on the people who are trying to be real, and everybody says they are, but who I've seen through their actions are real, it's like maybe 3 to 5%. Maybe 3 to 5 out of every 100 people I've met are on the level. Most of them, and it's where helping people falls in their priorities. If it's first, I'm very suspicious. For me, it's even with pay my bills. I really want to help people, but I also have to live, and I want to take care of my family and whatnot. And I'm straight up about that. 30% of the people that I train, I do pro bono. So I give back. I have entire free programs. I got a starter guide with 6 programs for free. I do my part to say, hey, your health matters, but also here's my coaching. Also, here are my programs. Please watch my videos, etc. The people who are like, I don't care about anything except helping people, but they're monetized, they're sponsored, they're demonizing other people's methodologies and propping up their own. They're behaving like a charlatan, like V-Shreds. Them, obviously, you don't believe. But I would say when it comes down to it, maybe 5. I could name maybe 10 people off the top of my head out of the thousands of folks in the industry that I've met thus far that are genuine and that they have proven with their actions actually care about the net difference.
Yeah. I mean, we listen
for that. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, because we have a lot of people listen who are kind of like new and like just getting into things and they want like, do you have anyone to like recommend for someone who is new trying to, further themselves in the fitness
This is where
world?
you plug yourself.
Well, obviously, but
So it really depends on what they are looking for. The folks for general fitness, what I would say is here is an approach instead of here as a person, because I have bias. The approach is listen to what they say, and are they tearing down other people to prop themselves up first? That's your first red flag. This is not a person I should listen to. Are they claiming that you will get the same results that they do from doing what they do?
Yeah,
that's a second flag. There's too much individuality in our morphology, in our genetics. It isn't the determining factor, but it's a huge percentage. It's double-digit percentage. Talking 10 to 15% is limited by your genetics. And are they giving substantive information that, here's the one that really matters. Are they willing to change their position when presented with new information?
Yeah, we've talked about that a bunch.
Yeah,
they're full of shit.
Yeah.
So I would look for those things. The people that I trust are guys like Silent Mike for powerlifting. He is a good dude, but he's not actually in an instruction or a mentoring era right now. He's in a, hey, this is my business, this is my thing, this is my clothing brand. But back when he was talking about how to deadlift, how to squat, how to manage fatigue, I would say trustworthy person. A person who sells a lot of products, who's very open about, hey, I got a business, this is my livelihood, but also here's a ton of free information, is Mike Urzatello with Renaissance Periodization.
I love Dr. Mike is fucking great.
Love Dr. Mike.
We gotta get him we gotta get him more Lamborghinis. He's only got like, I think he says like 7 right now. That's his whole joke. If you've never watched me, he's like, I need more Lamborghinis. Like,
I think it's 7 butlers and 100 Lamborghinis. I think you're selling
oh,
the man
okay.
short. Okay.
I
don't
fucking
do
love
that.
the Lamborghini joke. It fucking cracks me up every time.
I love all his jokes. And the thing that goes back to what I said before, the answer to the previous question was, if you look at what he does, he is open about the fact that he uses performance enhancing drugs. Sorry, he also says,
behind you.
it's my goblin of a wife.
I love it.
And you can, and he makes jokes at his own expense.
Oh yeah.
Equal to how he calls other people out. So he treats himself the same way that he treats other people. But he also is like, hey, buy my program. Hey, use Renaissance.
We have the RP
periodization.
hypertrophy app, which is, so you can go ahead and check
Yep.
that out. Oh, I love it. The two people that really when I got into fitness, I started off with kind of like, well, I mean, you know, you find the Athlete X's and stuff like that for sure, because they're just the biggest names. But then like Jeff Nippard is who I watched a lot of at the beginning just to kind of get into it. Jeff is great if you're, for me, from what I've seen, at least if you're just getting into it and you just need kind of like no nonsense, just give me the basics here. And then I started getting more into Dr. Mike in Renaissance periodization for like a little bit more advanced, because he has some more, you know, he has everything, but if you want to get a little more advanced, he has that sort of stuff. So yeah, those are two people that I really enjoyed watching when I started out.
Those are the sorts that I go for, but you have to take into account that not everybody wants all that information. So having worked with hundreds of people, I have a fair portion of them that say, I don't want to know how it works. I just want you to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
So you have to sprinkle some people like that in there as well. I also like Dave Tate. He has a training methodology that I don't agree with, and he has an outlook on competition that I am morally opposed to, but he gives good information. Like when he came up in Westside Barbell and the stuff that he did after, the guy across the platform from him was his enemy. That was the person that he wanted to take down, that he wanted to destroy. And I don't jive with that. Like having located, closed with, and engaged a real enemy, I just don't look at people I'm competing against in that light. I look at it more as I want them to succeed because it's going to motivate me to work harder so that I succeed that much more than they do. Because that's like everybody rises with that. The sport gets better. The industry gets better. I want to see people get better at what they do for the right reasons, but also to perform at the highest possible level for myself.
So yeah, I'm kind of curious what you would recommend, for people kind of like starting off. You said that's a few things to look for in terms of, you know, looking for other creators to listen to, but just kind of in general, like I just get so many questions, so many DMs like, hey, I'm just starting out. I don't know what the fuck's going on. What can I do? Where should I start? And I always like to ask people that because, you know, you get different answers.
So I hate plugging myself. I will say that I have a 40-page document that I give out to people for free that says this is how to go to the gym for the first time, come back to the gym after a long time.
Absolutely.
But people who talk about scaling, Jeff Nippard is a good person who talks about scaling. I would not. I like Jeff. I've met Jeff Cavalier. I've defended him very vehemently in the past, like he needed it. But that was during my drama phase. I might as well have had guy liner and a fucking flock of eagles haircut. But like what he recommends, I wouldn't recommend to a beginner. So looking up those how-to videos that a variety of people put out. Silent Mike is a really good one. I like Vitruvian Physique when he was doing his early stuff.
Oh yeah.
Nick Wright from back in the day. One of the, I think, the best people for both advanced and for beginner, if you're willing to look at old content, because some people for some reason aren't. Oh, that's 7 years ago. I'm not going to watch that.
Like nothing's really changed since then. How to exercise
has been squatting. Anyway, I would say that Johnny Candido from Candido HQ is one of my absolute favorites. And over the last couple of years, I've built a relationship with him. He is just a remarkable human being. He's a brilliant coach. Made me even stronger as a over the hill 45-year-old, fully disabled, new to powerlifting athlete, because I only took up powerlifting when I was like 40 years old. But I hold 3 of 4 possible records in the state of Maine. So like if he can take me with all the problems that I have to that level, he's an amazing coach. But I would also recommend somebody like who's not really in the game as much as they were, but they have such a breadth of videos out there for free. Scott Herman. Some people think he's cringy. We grew up in the same part of Massachusetts. I don't talk like that anymore. He still does. He says "ka" and garbage and shit like that.
Gotcha.
Put that shit in the door. Yeah, we're going down to Bahama and the ka. Like, I joined the military, and despite doing very well in the ASFAB, despite being recruited for intelligence, etc., people thought I was a moron because of the way I talked. So I murdered that accent mercilessly.
Right.
And I do not talk that way anymore.
Well, when you go into like, influencer territory, it is pretty much just a beauty game, and it's all about how you look and sound. So, yeah, there you go. Let the hair down.
Shake the hair out.
Oh, damn, I forgot the fan. I don't have the fan.
And if you want to look like me, here, Head and Shoulders. Use disc.
I actually do. When are you going to drop a video on the hair routine? I literally use whatever conditioner is on sale and
That's
Head and
good.
Shoulders.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's funny.
I get the same thing with the beard. If people ask me, what all do you do? What all do you do? I put in a conditioner that's on sale.
Yep. Yeah.
Done.
Weirdly, I get questions on the beard routine, which makes no sense to me because my shit's patchy as fuck. Ain't nobody want this beard. What are you talking about? Are you kidding? I look like I was a burn victim just here and here.
Oh, I can't grow. Mine is all, I've gone over this before, Amish neck beard. It's just all neck beard. There's nothing else. I can grow a mean one of those.
No offense, Liam. That's the worst.
Oh, it's when it comes in style though, because everything comes around. Just you wait.
Mullets are back, but we've got an entire generation of broccoli-haired children that are going to regret that in 20 years because of all the video evidence that's going to be out there.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I would say Scott Herman because he's got about 10 years of how-to videos that are just straight up 1 to 4 minute how-to videos. How to do this exercise. There's also, you can, as long as you don't go to the forums and you don't buy into like the celebrity personalities, if you go to YouTube channels like bodybuilding.com, they will adequately show you how to do for free the exercises that you might find in your favorite program from your favorite influencer, et cetera, et cetera. That's a great resource. But trust no one, right?
That's fair.
Be skeptical about everything. And especially if you immediately agree with it, you're like, oh, that's the smartest thing I ever heard. That is the point where you should stop and go, okay, does it pan out? He said that there are studies that support boffing your milk will make you get more protein out of it.
All sorts of shit. But that's the fine line you kind of have to walk though, because you want to be skeptical, not cynical. Like you don't want to just like shoot things down immediately, but you do want to carry this like, maybe let me not fully go into this yet. That sort of thing.
Well, I think that's people using skeptical wrong. Because words, they hold power, but they also mean things, and they mean. That specifically means I have an automatic amount of doubt and a willingness to check. Skepticism should be encouraged. Cynicism is the result of your skepticism being born true too often. So I would say question everything, especially yourself. I think that's healthy. I really don't think it's... If you're just disregarding what other people have to say, you're not being skeptical, you're being resistant to outside information, which generally means that you're going to be more entrenched in whatever it is that you tacitly believe, and you're probably wrong. It's the intellectual equivalent of if everybody thinks you're an asshole, you're probably the asshole. If you think everybody else is the asshole, you're probably the asshole.
And that's kind of tough because people will buy into something and they will sell. Then they will make their brand about that thing, whatever it is, like some kind of supplement or keto, whatever. And then you're kind of stuck. Oh, yeah. You make money that way, so you can't even really change your mind. Otherwise, that's how you make money.
Zach Tellender, who's one of the two people that exposed the Liver King, him and More Plates, More Dates worked on that together. Zach Tellender has an amazing series on the charlatan. That's how he refers to people.
I've watched that. Oh, that is really good. Yeah. I've watched that. Yeah.
I think that everybody who wants to be able to navigate the fitness industry successfully should watch those videos specifically because he gives you a very well articulated series of things to look for that I found out the hard way. I I didn't just call out people that were disingenuous. I worked with people that were disingenuous and terrible. So it can sneak up on you. And I really believed in these people. I was like, oh yeah, they say all these terrible things, but at the center of it, they have a heart of gold. And it's when they betrayed everything that they said that was their stance that I finally realized, oh, I've been walking hand in hand with a legitimately just terrible person. And when it comes down to it, it is not a principle if you're not willing to maintain it and stand up for it when it costs you. It's a position of convenience when you only have that stance as long as it's beneficial to you. I've been wrong about stuff in fitness. I just pivot, give the better information, and do better next time.
Yeah, I mean, and
what
also
that makes
like
me think of is a lot of our audience is actually women, and one of the biggest. One of the biggest like things to be skeptical of, in my opinion, particularly aimed at women, are male trainers who specifically target women.
That's just gross to me. That just seems, maybe it's the social conditioning, but that just seems predatory.
And oftentimes you find out that they are predatory.
Yeah.
Like there was the whole Ryan Reed thing. We've gone over that. I've had a couple of other people actually DMing me about some other male trainers targeting women that I don't have the evidence to be able to like be public with it.
Oh man, this
but
guy's a
it's
scumbag.
Like it's so bad.
I had to look it up. Wow, that didn't take long either. That was like a 10-second find. Holy crap! Yeah, there are guys like that. There are, unfortunately, there are women like that too.
Yep.
But they usually ruin their own lives. That's the best part, is they persist in that behavior until they destroy themselves. The ones that I find particularly damaging to health, wellness, longevity, and high quality of life in the long run, people like that. And it's not even Vince Sance. That guy's a moron.
Oh yeah, he's just the fucking face. He's the pretty boy.
He's a puppet. He has a hand jammed up into his mouthpiece, and he's just mindlessly and vacuously repeating whatever he's told to say. And he's a great spokesman that way because he sounds like it's coming from somewhere inside of him. But that guy couldn't find his own ass with two hands and a roadmap. So he's not the one coming up with capsaicin is the key to unlocking your thermogenesis.
And then when they do let him actually speak on his own, he comes up with that stupid exercise.
Yeah. I love how we just keep talking about V-Shred last week, this week. It's just like, and I've had people ask me, like, please do videos on V-Shred. Like, and I'm just like, oh God, how much do I want to hate my weekend is my question. Like the dude.
Because when we do those videos, we're the ones that have to watch that shit endlessly. People don't understand. Sign up for their Patreon, okay? Because the idiocy, the pedantic, moronic content that you make them watch for your entertainment, it earns it. It earns that $5 or $10 or whatever dollars a month. Sign up for their Patreon because they suffer for you.
Oh shit! Fucking.
Oh man.
So my first video on Joel Seedman, I watched back when he had maybe he had 18,000 followers on Instagram. Nobody else knew who he was, but I was like, who is this guy who was just recommending this absolute gutter trash nonsense? How is he doing it with such, his whole chest? He seems so confident in what is patently ludicrous. And I watched all of his content, and I literally felt dumber coming out the other end.
I watched his debate, I guess you'd say, with Mike Israetel, and that was fucking amazing. I love that. But for anyone listening, Joel Seedman has this whole idea basically where 90 degrees is like the perfect, I don't know, angle, I guess, right? Like you don't go anything past 90 degrees, even though he does a lot of times. He just says that, and he takes in these athletes and he tells people, he's like, this is what the athletes do, and then he'll have them balance something on their back while he slaps them around, and he's like, this is what's going to happen on the field, and it's just it looks like just buffoonery, like a pure circus act. But people watch it though, right? Because if you go on and you see and a fucking famous football player doing this, you're like, oh wow, that's different and weird, you know.
I think I know specifically the video you're talking about. He's bashing the guy in the side of the head with the Swiss ball.
Yeah, he's got a big, one of those giant balls. He's just hitting him over the head while he's balancing like with like a big with like a barbell, but then the barbell has like the bands hanging from it or something like that. Like it's just, I don't even remember.
Well, the funny thing about that story is that that was presumably to increase his cervical spine strength, and that athlete retired the same year for neck issues.
Oh, yeah. Geez.
He probably already had them though. Like, and Joel Seaman was like, just like, I'll do this and it'll make it better. Like,
it doesn't. It's a bunch of. That's the thing that is what is so currently wrong. Well, half of what's wrong with this industry. We have people who will say, the lat pull down isn't actually for the lats. You need to do this hyper specific pull from this angle because I hate Optibros. I'm evidence-based. I love finding out why things work. I suggest that everybody, I don't have any stake in it. I don't get anything out of it, but I suggest everybody subscribe to the mass review because it's Greg Knuckles and it's Eric.
Unfortunately, Greg retired from it, but
started out that way. And what they do is they take in very responsibly. They take in the available research and they say, hey, this is what this indicates. And they're very responsible with the way that they portray it. Hey, you might be able to use this. The red light therapy actually has some evidence to support it. I never would have believed that if I hadn't seen them break down the science and say, these are actually good studies. They indicate that there might be some regenerative benefit to these specific wavelengths. So like, it gives you a lot to think about. But then on the other side, you have all these folks that will attack anything that isn't their way.
Right.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
In order to legitimize the carnivore diet, they have to tell you that carbohydrates are causing all diseases and that eating only animal products and consuming broth. I heard a guy say that it'll cure cancer, and my sister died of cancer. I want to beat the shit out of that guy.
I see that all the time. Like, just there's the acidic people, like, you know, the alkaline acidic, like avoid that for cancer. There's the people saying sugar's feeding cancer, so you have to cut out all carbs and only eat, you know, these foods. There's plant defense chemicals, all that shit. Like, you know, it's just, they get entrenched, and that's how they make their money.
What's wrong with the fitness industry, and the other half is demonizing people who do not subscribe to the fitness way of life. It is shitting all over fat people, not encouraging them to a longer, better quality life, but shitting all over them, shitting all over trans people, shitting all over any group that they can other in order to satisfy, entertain, and profit from their audience.
But that's not just fitness industry. You look at the history, everybody's done that.
We're especially bad at it because we feel, on a whole, not the people in this conversation, we feel superior to others because we work out. Somehow working out makes you a good person. There are lessons that working out can teach you that can help you become a better person. But you're not a good person just because you wake up and bench press. And you're not superior to someone who does it.
We talked about that with the Ziegler monster, where he's just like, I like being big, but that doesn't make me better than anybody else. I just enjoy it.
I like Big Z. He is an awesome dude. He is genuine in person, just as genuine in person as he is, as he comes off on his videos. He's very much the same guy. Ran into him at the Arnold. He's very, very simple.
Oh, nice.
I like him.
Yeah, Liam here lives like down the street from the Arnold. He's never gone.
Well, I know. I live in Columbus, but it's always on the weekends, and I kind of work weekends, and it's like tough to make it to it. And it's like, it's crazy down there. Holy shit, downtown is insane during the Arnold.
It is insane, but I'm going to be there again this coming year, so you should come and we can hang out.
I do want to go to it. I'm gonna make it to it.
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
Ziegler also said he's going to meet up with Liam to drag him out there. So all of you guys get to hang together. And I'll just be stuck up in Canada
with my free health care and my
free health care. Yeah.
Another guy I really like that folks, if they don't want the the granular explanation of how things work. If you don't want to hear about Golgi tendon organs and how they measure the rate of acceleration of muscle fibers, you just want somebody to talk to you like a bro. I absolutely love Paris from Bald Omni-Man. He approached, you guys should check him out. He is a really decent dude, wonderful human being. But on top of that, he sounds less intelligent than he is. He is a very smart guy, but he talks in such a way that makes you just comfortable getting the information. He calls everybody fellas. Hey, my fellas, okay, today we're going to talk about the Romanian deadlift, and this is why I do it this way. All right, so you want to actually let it hang away from your body. I know you think you're supposed to hold it to your shins, but you're going to get way more tension, and tension is king. Tension is where it's at. He doesn't. There's not a single scientific term in his entire 45-minute video, but he'll make this program that he's selling, but he'll do a 2-hour-long video at the beginning of the year going, this is the program, this is everything in the program. This is how to do everything in the program. This is the methodology, the idea behind the program. Here you go. And if you're willing to sit through that 2-hour video, you just got that for free. So that's an excellent person. Wow. Bald Omni Man. I definitely suggest people check him out. He's very easy to find on. If you guys have heard of Rascal Apparel, he's one of the sponsors.
Yeah,
Rascal Apparel. Okay. Cool dude. I like Paris a lot.
Yeah, aren't you wearing Rascal Apparel?
What, me? Am I? Oh, so strange. Dude, half of my wardrobe is Rascal. Omar has been very good to me over the years. So like easily half of my entire wardrobe is Rascal. Damn. I need to diversify.
Time to start getting some in moderation stuff, eh?
Did you guys got any apparel?
We've got some, yeah.
Yeah. Go figuring it all out.
You got any booty shorts? Because that's really what I'm missing.
If we do get them, I need them hot pink. That's how I would have to wear them.
Okay, I will get on that. I will get on the hot pink booty shorts.
I tell you what, if you make hot pink in moderation booty shorts, I will wear them.
You're on.
Okay.
I gotta do that for a video where like I just like do a normal video and then just walk away, and then as soon as you stand up, you're just wearing fucking hot pink booty shorts. Yeah, okay. And it's just so everyone's like, no one talks about the video. Like everyone's just like, wait a second, that lasts a little bit though. Can we?
You have to do the video on some topic regarding traditional masculinity though, and then just stand up and walk away.
I mean, that's funny too, but I feel like it's very funny if it has nothing to do with that, like nowhere even close to it. I'm talking about like fucking zucchinis or some shit.
Just coming out of left field.
Well, if you're talking about zucchinis and you stand up wearing pink booty shorts, exactly. It's going to seem very related.
That's how you tie it in. That's how you get more comments, and that drives the algorithm, people. This is how you do social media. Oh, shit.
Oh, man. Well, I'm adding that to the list.
The pink booty shorts.
One thing we could dive into is your injury, what was it? You were...
Which one?
Well, the one I know most of is, I think it was, is it spinal degeneration?
So I've got 5 herniated discs.
5 herniated?
Yeah.
Well, you're beating me by 1.
Well, so you understand that it's like, it is intensely painful. It's awful. It's terrible.
Oh my God.
But it doesn't end our lives. We can still be active. We can still be physical. We can still be stronger than 99.9% of the population. But yeah, no, I have a ruptured C6, C7 in my neck. And that was the injury that ended my career in the Marines. The Marine Corps has a close quarters combat martial art. I hate calling it that, but it's the Marine Corps Martial Arts Program. It's MCMAP. It has a belt system, and it requires sustainment. And at the end of my career, which I at the time did not know was the end of my career, I was helping demonstrate the neck crank, which is a pain compliance maneuver where you grab the chin and the top of the head and you yank it really painfully.
So you're a chiropractor.
Yeah. The last one you'll ever need. It is not intended to paralyze or kill. It is just very painful. And I distinctly remember while it was being demonstrated, he said, when done correctly, and that's the last thing I remember because it was not done correctly. I ended up in the hospital, and there was severe damage to C6, C7, so I have permanent nerve damage on the left side of my body, particularly neuropathy dysfunction, lancing pains, grip issues, loss of sensation, and if I turn my neck or have weight on my neck, like in the high bar position, I will lose all feeling in my left arm immediately. it'll just drop. And the 3 herniated discs in my lumbar spine are just wear and tear from the Marine Corps. That's just what happens. I got 3 from L3, L4, all the way down to L5S1, and it hurts a lot. I've got sciatic pain during the left side of my leg, and I can't really feel it. So I can't drive a stick anymore because I can't tell how much pressure I'm putting on the clutch. And I have to think and watch very carefully when I squat because I can't feel how much pressure I'm putting on that side of my body. Excuse me. So it can be dicey to squat, but I still do it and I still compete. That's just like the beginning though, dude. Like I had a bad heat injury where my kidney shut down during training where we didn't bring enough water. And I essentially only have one functioning kidney. I've got torticollis, which is bad muscle spasms caused by the discs in my neck. I've got a torn high-grade 2 tear in my right lat, a reconstructed left shoulder, and then degenerative joint disease in my knees, my left elbow. Yeah, it's just like a laundry freaking list.
So then I'm kind of curious what you would recommend for, because I get a lot of comments, DMs and stuff from people saying like, oh, I have, this condition or this, injury or whatever it is. Like, how do you, what can I do? And I just want kind of like general advice, what you would give for people who are dealing with these injuries and like, whether it's just, physical things they can do or just kind of a mental space you need to be in order to get around these sort of things.
Well, it's all of the above. First and foremost, I will say that it gets better with time. It doesn't actually improve. You get better at dealing with it.
Right.
Rob can attest to this. The pain doesn't go away. You just get better at enduring the pain. The other thing that I would say is that my approach to all training has been that movement ultimately is medicine. And we do what we can, when we can, every time that we can, but give ourselves absolutely no shit for what we cannot do. And that's actually the important part.
Yeah.
Because so much of losing motivation, feeling overwhelmed by chronic pain and things like that is because we feel like we'll never be as strong as we should be or get back what we once had, or it'll never get better. And we quit. And then it definitely gets worse.
I see that a lot. I see a lot of comments and stuff from people saying like, oh, well, I have this, so I can't do that. So I'm just not going to do anything. And I'm just like, well, I'm sure there's still things you can do. I'm certain there are things you still can do.
Yeah.
And
so like, I never brag about what I've been able to overcome. I use it only as an example because I want everybody to be better, to accomplish way more than me, to leave any accomplishment I have in the dust. That will make me happy. I'm in my mentor era. I want everybody that I work with, everybody that I interact with, I want them to be better for my having been in their life. That's where I get my satisfaction. But I can do with 300 total pounds of weight, 275 is how much I weigh at 6'3". I can put 25 pounds around a chain on my belt and I can still do 15 pull-ups. I can still bench press nearly 400 pounds, even with everything that is wrong with me. I can pause bench 315 for 10 or 15 seconds. I can 10-second squat, pause squat 405. I can do amazing things, and I can still run a 7.5-minute mile at my size. It ain't pretty, and you don't want to see me coming, but I can do it. Right? So, like, if I have all of this wrong with me, and I've had to do it naturally this entire time, even if I wanted to take performance-enhancing drugs, I can't because I have one fucking kidney and I'll die.
I was just going to say the kidney issue would cause a lot of problems with that. Is what I was thinking.
It is. And I'm actually making a video on this. Instead of making the video tonight, I'm actually talking to you guys. My wife and I are trying to have a baby. And because I took another injury, the roofing injury that split open my abdomen and went unaddressed because it happened in the pandemic. It went unaddressed for almost a year before it could be closed up. Straggled circulation to my testes. My testosterone dropped to 176 NGL. It's taken me 3 years to get it back to 300. But my swimmers aren't strong enough to create spawn. So we've started a very low, very mild course of Clomid, which is a fertility drug that men or women can take to improve chances of fertility. My kidneys are already borderline failing just off of 3 months of being on Clomid on the lowest dose. If I had ever gone to the dark side, I'd be fucking dead. I'm apparently very sensitive, so
Man.
it's scary.
And that's the thing with like the drugs like that, because like you see people like, oh, they took this and they're fine. I'm like, you're not them. Like,
You're not them. You don't know what your
And they only
tolerance is going to be.
think they're fine.
Right.
That's also fair.
Most of them aren't checking, but that's the thing is you don't know what you're capable of. You know what you're currently willing to try. And if you learn to be a little more, if you're willing to learn to dig a little bit deeper and to be uncomfortable, you'll be freaking amazed what you can accomplish. And that's been my experience since being humbled by life, since having my mobility and my pain-free days taken away from me. I would say if you really actually want to get stronger, faster, live longer, have a higher quality of life, these things are in the cards for you. I have a quadriplegic client. We don't do much, but we do a little that helps him live a better quality of life. We work with his diet. He has feeling from the collarbones up to the top of his head, and we do everything that we can with that. And then we also make sure that he stays socialized because ultimately him being isolated, only ever interacting with his caretaker who may or may not give a shit about him, we've got no control over that, has improved his quality of life. It is finding the things that will help you live a higher quality of life for longer and doing those things. So it's the approach. It's not the modality. It's not the exercise. It's not a specific course of drugs. You are a singular, unique human being. But if you do a general approach of do what you can, when you can, every time that you can, give yourself no crap for what you cannot do, you'll be fucking amazed what you can do. Sorry, I'm verbose.
Oh, you're fine. I gotta start writing all these little things down too, so I can say like all in one video. We had Ziggler Monster, and he said he had a whole spiel about going around the stick, which I really liked. Which basically was basically like, I mean, people who listen to probably listen to that one, but essentially people who struggle in their fitness goals hit a stick, a roadblock, and they go, whatever. I don't know how to go around this. I guess I'll just turn back, go home.
Yeah.
Whereas people who say, okay, well, I can't do this. I'll do this. It might not be perfect, but it's something. So that you go around the stick. I guess, right? Do what you can when you can, as often as you can. Is that what you said? Do as much as you can, when you can, as often as you can, and don't give yourself shit about the stuff you can't do.
I mean, ultimately, ballpark, you get there. Do what you can when you can, every time that you can.
Every time you can. There you go.
Yeah. And that's just proactively engaging with the things that will make progress. You're not going to take a step forward every day, but if you take a step forward every time that you can, you're going to get there.
I mean, honestly, I think these things help people when you're just like, you're like, okay, something happens. You're like, okay, I'm going to go around the stick. Or you think, okay, I'm going to do what I can when I can. So,
And folks who say I've tried everything more often than not mean I tried something until I met resistance. That's the truth of it. Because every time that I get nitty gritty with somebody who is a prospective client, we always have an interview process to make sure I'm the right person for them, etc.
Right. Yeah.
And I am oftentimes not the right person. I have no problem saying that. They'll say, well, I've tried everything to lose weight. Okay. Well, have you done this? No. Have you done that? No. Are you doing this? No. Okay. No offense. We haven't tried everything. We've got some room here.
I know with my my injury that I got, it happened last year when I was in the Philippines, and my spine already had some degradation just from active lifestyle, of course, And then I was surfing and wiped out hard enough that I, herniated all four at once.
Oof, yeah.
Got sent to the hospital. And in the Philippines, they're a little behind the curve on treatment, right?
You think that because you're from Canada, like your shit's paid for. I'm from America. The Philippines has got it down.
Well, see, the thing is,
where do you think I got my nose job from? What are you talking about?
But I'm like lying in bed, completely immobilized, in pain and everything, right? And the doctor comes in to see me, and they're like, okay, we want to remove the disc, all this surgery stuff, right? And I look at them and I'm just like, you get me meds, get me a cane or something so I can fucking walk.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get on the plane and go back to Canada. Thanks.
We'll manage my pain here. We'll take care of my pain over there. Did they do surgery on you?
They did not do the surgery. I would
Okay.
not let them do. But they would not let me get out of bed. I kept saying, I'm in there 3 days now. Like, I can't even get up to go to the bathroom. Adult diapers are not fun. But I kept saying, kept telling them, I kept telling them, just give me a walker or something, crutches. I need to get up. I am suffering from bed sores.
Yeah.
I am in pain, but I just need to walk. I just want to walk a little bit. They would not let me. And
That's
then
crazy.
I finally got discharged. And the first thing we did was go out and get a cane for me. And while waiting for our flight, I just, walked around a little bit. And after an hour, I was already feeling so much better.
It was already an analgesic. Like, being able to move is an analgesic activity. It takes pain away. It took my mom's pain away. She's got rheumatoid arthritis.
And it's like, I could only move a little bit at a time, but it's just when I felt like I needed to move, just get up, move a little bit.
But it seems so often
every time it kept going
people
better.
get those, they get those pains and they kind of just go, okay, this hurts, so I'm not going to move to try and and that just kind of makes it worse.
They're only willing to interpret pain as I shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
Sometimes, as a person who has permanent nerve damage, sometimes pain's just a damn signal. That's all it is. I'm literally in pain right now as we sit here and we talk, but I know that there is nothing further wrong and that I'm not aggravating any damage. It's just not going to stop sending those signals. So acceptance is another really huge part of managing chronic pain, being able to be active and do things and live a high quality life. Accept that you are going to be in pain, that this is your new normal. And then it stops affecting you to quite the same degree. I don't know. Maybe I got an effed up brain and that's just what my brain does. But when I stopped, it stopped causing me anxiety. It stopped further expending my emotional and physical resources, hoping that this was just I was going to wake up one day and be better.
Right.
I have good days. I have bad days. On the bad days, I do what I can. On the good days, I do everything that I can, and I cherish them and I enjoy them. But I have not had a pain-free day since November 2010. Not a single one.
Wow.
Still doing my thing.
Do what you can when you can.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I encountered David Goggins' content material and philosophies after I got injured. And he's like, get uncomfortable. I'm like, bitch, I already am. I fucking wake up uncomfortable. What else you got for me?
Goggins is a character.
Oh, man.
And I asked Ziegler Monster. I always like to ask everybody who does fitness and training the same question is just among the people that you coach, what do you find is a commonality between the ones that are successful? So what do you find that, whether it's a mental thing, a physical thing, just like what do you find that the successful people do that they're all successful, so they do this kind of thing or have this attitude or whatever it is?
I'm really curious to see if anybody else has said this. Every single person that's she's sneaking in the bathroom.
Yep.
She made sure to get her shower done before we started this because she was so worried that she's going to come out of the towel. I would say that the thing that all of my most successful friends and clients have is a willingness to push back, a willingness to say, I can't do that. I don't know. It's not comfortable. I'm not recovering, because coaching is actually a two-way information street. And when you are only delivering information, you are failing your client. And when they are not giving you information, they are failing themselves. We forget way more than our clients do. We work for them.
Right.
We are not authoritarians over their life. We should never expect our disappointment to be some sort of continually motivating force in their life, only for the briefest periods. We should not let our egos think that we are more important than we are. We are the damn GPS. They are the ones driving. So they're going to make decisions. And if they never deviate from what you say, they're not going to get as far. if they never push back and say, I don't feel comfortable with this, then they're going to aggravate existing injuries, be dispirited, have a bad time, not enjoy what they're doing, not feel empowered by what they're doing, and they're not going to be consistent. Because methodology does not matter as much as consistency. Because medication does not matter as much as consistency, barring like serious conditions.
Right. Yeah.
If you are prescribed an inhaler, I want to be really clear about what I mean by this, because I don't want to come off as anti-meds. If you're prescribed an inhaler that you're supposed to take every day, not a rescue inhaler, and you only take it when you're having an asthma attack, you're living a lower quality life. You are not experiencing all that you could have. You're not getting out there as much. You're not doing as much because your lungs are constantly inflamed. It's the consistency part of having those tools that matters.
Right.
When it's general health, general fitness, and they're willing to say, I can't do that today, and they're willing to trust me to go, okay, we're going to adjust on the fly, they succeed every time, every damn time. James Lehman went from 471 pounds to 299 pounds. I did not say, stop taking your testosterone, stop taking your cholesterol medication. His doctor said, you don't need these anymore. My mom went from 274 pounds to she's currently 199 pounds at 73 years old. Used to have to walk to the fridge with a walker. Now she can walk 1.5 miles with nothing. And trying to follow her through the grocery store is actually exercise for me.
Shout out to Mama Pure Bullfit.
Shout out to my mom. But the thing is, it's like nothing that I prescribe is magic. It's not even controversial. But them being consistent with it, being willing to say, I can't do this, I don't want to do this. Even that is important. If you're willing to say, I don't enjoy this approach, what I would like is this better, or what would fit into my schedule is this better, that pushback, that's what makes a successful client coach relationship.
Yeah. That's very fair, because I think a lot of the times what seems like what happens is they have a coach, they have something, they don't like something, they go, okay, so I'm not going to do it. I didn't like that, so I'm not going to. Then they don't do anything.
Work with anybody.
Right. Instead of just saying, hey, actually, I don't really appreciate this. I'd prefer, and let me push back a little bit, not be mean about it. I'm not trying to be a dick, but hey.
We all have to be respectful. Actually, I don't require my clients to be respectful. If they want to message me, and they're all encouraged to, if they want to message me in the morning and go, I fucking hate you, I hope you die in a fire, I will know that mission accomplished yesterday.
I like that.
I saved those messages. I have some of those from as early as like 2012, when I very, very first started doing this. I live on that stuff.
That's fun.
But I also live on the, hey, my doctor said my A1C is finally, I'm not pre-diabetic anymore. I'm back in the normal range. Or I love the one, I've got this one from a current client, Carrie. She scaled stairs for the first time without having to use the handrail and without having to take a break when she got to the top, just a single flight of stairs. That's something that, 97% of the population could do, never thinks about. But for those people who can't, getting that back, I love those. I love those messages so much.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
That's where it's at.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I'm old. I may be stronger than everybody I know right now, but that's going to fade. I'm just going to be that guy that talks about how strong I was in maybe 1 or 2 decades here, right?
I used to bench 376 pounds. I don't know why it's 376 instead of 375. Maybe I couldn't count back then.
That sounds like that kilo heresy to me. You guys just like decimal points. I'm convinced you're somehow fascinated by decimal points, because that's why you need kilos and kilometers and all of that crap in grams, because you don't just need it easy, factors of 10. You love decimal points. I bet you motherfuckers loved the library back in the day. The Dewey Decimal System.
Let's go.
Like, oh, look at all those numbers after the period.
Our secret is out.
Oh no, the Canadian assassins are going to come shoot me and apologize. They're going to kill me with kindness.
Exactly.
They're going to hold all my doors open for me until my arms get weak and I'm too feeble to defend myself.
Sounds about right.
They're going to come pull all my weights back so that I never get those gains.
Well, they're not your buddy, friend.
Not your friend, pal.
I like any talk where I get to shit on Canada. No, I'm just kidding. I love Canada.
I mean,
Well,
I'm not
that's
kidding.
pretty much
I
every
do enjoy
episode.
that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's the 4th of July. This is all of my dignity and my tolerance and my compassion disappears to make room for the extra patriotism.
right. If
You
you're
guys
ever
are
going to make
just
fun of another
traitors to the
country,
Commonwealth.
we got to make fun of them on the 4th of July.
Exactly, especially Great Britain.
You just yell "America, bitches," and you walk away.
America. I have had Team America's theme song in my head all day since the sun came up. It's just
Coming
been,
again to save the
America.
motherfucking day.
That's
Yeah,
right.
America. Fuck
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
So lick
That's
my
what's
butt and suck on my balls. Man, Team America World Police, fucking classic movie. I fucking love that movie so much.
My wife owes me for Napoleon Dynamite. She had me sit down and watch that. And
I did
can't-
not care for that movie.
I didn't care for it. I can't get that hour and a half of my life back. So I'm going to make her watch Team America. And then we'll be even.
There's something about Napoleon Dynamite that you either just really enjoy that or you just don't get it. And that's it. There's one or the other.
Yep.
It's not controversial, but it is one of the most polarizing pieces of cinema I have ever encountered.
Yes.
I'm a person who is like, I resent the time I spent experiencing that. And then everybody else I know is just like, oh, it's so funny. Vote for Pedro.
Oh yeah. I watched it with other people, and I just had this moment of looking around of them laughing at it, and I'm just like, am I dumb? Am I not getting it? What's happening? Like, I just don't understand what's going on.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't much to understand. It was a fever dream. Somebody's fever broke, and then we all woke up.
I mean, this is going to be what what people talk about this episode about. Is just fuck all the other stuff that they're talking about, like fitness. No. Either people love Napoleon Dynamite or they hate it. They agree
Suddenly
with
we
us.
have a Napoleon Dynamite fight going on the Patreon.
That's right.
I'm sure we built a bunch of goodwill talking about, healthy ways to approach fitness, but whatever goodwill I had, it's all gone.
God, it's all about
spent.
Napoleon Dynamite. That's what I'm saying. It's the booty shorts of this podcast.
I'm serious about those booty shorts, Rob. I will wear them in a squat video. And I
We're going to need all
will say
sizes.
in moderation at least 100 times.
If they're available on the thing for, because you have to go with whatever the print on demand people have.
Gotcha.
But if they're available, I am going to get them.
All right.
Made.
And we're talking
hot
bright
pink.
pink. Yeah.
We're talking the brightest pink available.
Yeah.
Aggressively is a good word to use for it.
Aggressively pink.
I had an aggressively pink shirt, and it had especially small sleeves. It was designed this way on purpose. And it was narrow cut in the middle, and it said, go ahead and laugh, but it's your girlfriend's shirt. And I used to call it my pick a fight shirt.
Yeah.
Because I would wear that in public just to pick a fight.
Here we go. I'm making the note. Aggressively pink booty shorts.
Yes.
Yeah, but he
and
wrote
watch
it
Napoleon
shorthand.
Dynamite.
He wrote it shorthand. All he wrote was aggressive booty shorts.
Yep.
Well, anyway, where can people find you though after the podcast?
To yell at you about Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, if I see any Napoleon Dynamite comments in my comments section on social media, I know exactly where they came from. And you guys are welcome. I can be found pretty much anywhere. If you look for the long-haired dude with Pure Bullfit, it's like pure bullshit, but fit. And just a minor rant about that. I made that joke about the fitness industry being so full of shit that it's pure bullfit. And then people who disagreed with me kind of come in my comment section. They'd be like, bullfit, more like bullshit. I'm like, dude, you just made the joke I already made. You are so
great.
fucking dumb. Like, I don't even want to respond to you. You're so dumb. It might
But I will anyway because I hate myself and I want to get into a long argument with you.
No, that was the old content because I don't hardly get any negative comments at all. And most people on social media do not experience this. But because I've tried to be more positive, I call out ideas, not people. I attack ideas, not people these days. And I try to be funny and I make fun of myself. I can count on one hand in the last 2 years the number of negative comments. Like, that is bizarre.
That's pretty astounding for social media.
Yeah.
No kidding.
I don't even get fake plate accusations. Maybe I'm not strong enough.
fake plates.
Maybe the weights I'm lifting are just that reasonable. Oh no. Now I'm having an existential crisis. I have to get stronger. Damn you, kidney.
It's okay. You know where Liam lives now. You can knock him out, steal the kidney. You're good to go.
Fuck. Leave me with the other one, at least. I don't have any plans of hopping on on anything specific right now, so as long as I got one. Can I still drink diet soda with it? That's all that really matters.
I destroy diet soda, so yeah.
Listen, for everybody listening, if this guy with all his injury, if Kevin with all his injuries and one kidney can drink diet soda, you can too.
Is this a matter of contention?
Oh my god, like I literally posted a video about like diet soda today, and yeah, it's I don't know why it's such a huge thing, but like people love to hate diet soda. I don't know if it's just people I think it's just the water only people that are mad at the idea of other people experiencing joy in what they're drinking, but there's something going on there.
Well, so it's an easy thing to attack. If you hear through a friend or a friend of a friend, or you see a post on Facebook that these various different chemicals that may or may not be used in a diet soda somewhere could or might not, or maybe kind of sort of could,
yeah.
if you had 740,000 of them in a 24-hour period, marginally increase your risk of colon cancer. Then they're like, oh, this is evil and you shouldn't have it. This makes you fatter. This has an insulin response. And it doesn't matter how many articles, actual research from people who were trained. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're like, oh no, I made my decision. This is the camp I'm in now. It's part of my identity.
Look, there's my sleeping bag. I'm already
exactly.
stuck. I put it down.
I built the fire. I built the fire that we're going to burn you in. Like, it's already done.
Only water over here. I can't just leave that there.
No, but that's not even just it. It's not just water people. The same people who like you shouldn't drink diet soda, it's bad for you, despite the evidence to the contrary.
Drink alcohol.
Drink alcohol.
Yeah, I know. Trust me.
You're no fucking
so
poison.
Funny. It's so great. They're like, here's my fucking sangria or whatever, and I don't know, like here's vodka soda. But don't make it diet. Don't make it.
Didn't I see you last weekend trying to put your shoes on your head because you thought they were earmuffs? You were so fucking drunk, and you're telling me my Diet Coke is going to kill me?
They fucking as they blow out their cigarette.
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh man.
Yeah, man, you never catch me with a diet soda. Now I respect myself too much. What do you mean I sound old? I'm 19.
That's got fucking brominated vegetable oil in it. I can't have that.
If you can't pronounce it, then you shouldn't eat it. Bitch, work on your vocabulary.
I literally made a shirt that says "This is a banana. Calm the fuck down," and it's just all the chemicals in a banana.
Yep.
And then you got the whole crew of people are saying that because bananas and fruits and things have
oh sure, you got that one as well. The sugars, and it feeds your cancer, and it's like no one got fat eating fruit.
People. I literally, I'm not joking. I want to fight those people who are like, hey, lemon juice is the best cure for cancer. I want to physically fight them. Put them all in a ring. I'll take them all at once. Watching what my sister went through, and we tried everything. We tried everything. So when some asshat is out there profiting off of hope,
right.
Yeah.
They make a lot of money. They make a lot of money off of saying what causes cancer and to buy their program or their supplement or whatever it is. And
every
it's so
last
shitty.
one of them is owed a debt of pain.
Yeah.
And I'll go to jail for it.
I'm with you on that. Like I have a eidetic memory, and I still can picture the glazed over look on my mom's face, and it's just
Shit.
Fuck those cancer cure.
Because I mean, some cancers there's just nothing you can do, and so they just sell them this false hope. Because where else can they go though? Like if you see someone promising you something and you're desperate, like it's the fucking worst.
Yeah. So sorry for bringing the conversation there. We were having a good time making fun of people about diet soda, and it got dark. And I apologize.
And then we're like, fuck all the fuck those people.
But especially fuck V-Shred. Good night, everybody.
That's how I'm going to start ending my videos. And instead of saying "go fit yourself," I'm going to say "take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and fuck V-Shreds."
V-Shred.
That's going to be.
We had
end of
Scotty
video.
on Scotty K Fitness, who's been coming on, like doing well on like TikTok and everything. His whole thing is like fuck V-Shred. Like in the middle of a video, he'll just say it like fuck V-Shred and then go back into doing whatever he's doing. And he literally, we're doing a collab. He texted me. He's like, dude, we forgot something. Just say, oh, you forgot something. And then he gave me a clip of him saying fuck V-Shred to throw it in there at the end.
Very nice. He's working with Dr. Drew now in his advertisements. And I like, if you just, whatever credibility that guy had, I don't know. Because he was a addiction doctor that ran a Loveline show back in the 90s. It's all gone now, but apparently if you have doctor and you like paychecks,
pretty much
you can work with any charlatan to sell bunk ass products. All right, it's been fun, guys. You asked me about my social, so I figured it sounded like we were wrapping up. I know what I'm not welcome anymore.
We aim for about an hour.
Yeah, about an hour or so. Give it, but yeah, and then we usually just complain at the end about the shit that pisses us off. So yeah,
we get the
so this
socials
is
in
like
about
we're
an
on
hour,
track.
and then we just keep going
until
we're done complaining.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we just complain about fucking annoying shit that I see every
Is
day.
there anybody else you want to shit on? Since I'm not profiting from this, I feel totally okay doing it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you saw recently. Dr. Mike did a whole video on Gary Brecka, who's just. Have you seen
that guy? He's the one who's working with
Dana White?
Dana White, right?
Yeah.
Oh God! When he said, and we're on some HRT, but that's not a big deal. It's like nothing to see here, nothing to see here.
Yeah, exactly that
Oh
clip.
my God.
And it's like, wait, hold on a second. No, you're attributing everything great to like this red light therapy and stuff, which maybe is like helping somewhat, but then like, oh, he's on HRT and it does whatever. Don't worry about the TRT.
So the ice baths we know don't do anything for muscle generation. They actually inhibit by blunting the inflammation response. The red light therapy is actually good for like your skin and wrinkles and muscle soreness, but that's about it. It's a single-digit percentage effect. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say his highly elevated testosterone levels from the stable, consistent source of
pharmaceutical grade.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure that's why Dana White has abs.
Look at him. He was tired and fat before, and now he's fit, and it's because of these weird. I don't know. So we changed the salt he was using. He was using fucking bleach salt before, and now he's using
Ignore
Celtic
all the
sea
injection
salt.
holes.
The guy looks like a fucking pincushion, but pay no attention to that.
Oh yeah, Gary Brecka, man. Like, and that's the guy I get so many people like, but he's helped these people and those. I'm just like, oh fuck, god.
Has
damn.
he though? So there's a thing that a lot of people don't seem to understand is that our society is so sedentary, and our access to net unhealthy foods. I don't believe in good or bad food. There is nutrient dense food, and there's nutrient vacuous foods that are still managed to be high calories. We have such great access to that like we never have, and increasingly sedentary life, because convenience and technology allows it, that anything remotely healthy will move the needle in the right direction. So it inherently justifies the most nonsensical fucking bullshit.
Exactly.
So I'm not calling out vegans, because if you're doing that for a moral reason, I totally respect that.
Right.
I'm not going to, but I respect it.
I like fish too much.
They will often say that vegans are healthier, when what the data actually indicates is they're more inclined to make other health-based decisions in addition. It's not the calories that they're getting are inherently better from other people who are including meat, but also care about the quality of their food. It's that the quality of their food tends to be better than what the average person is eating, which is fucking Twinkies and McDonald's and all of that.
That's what I see recently with all these. Like, I've been getting tagged a lot of these videos. People like, oh, they make their own versions of Pop-Tarts or Cheez-Its, and that's why they're healthier. And I'm like, I think the people that make their own Cheez-Its are also going to do things that are they're probably going to exercise more, have access to healthcare. Yeah. They've got a $500 fucking stand mixer. I think they've got enough money for that. Like, you know, like
it's only survey data. So it's limited in its use, but it's still a data point. I saw a survey of people who identified as vegan, whether or not they were asked if they smoked, and it was a double-digit percentage lower than the average person with an average diet. So, yeah, you're going to be healthier. Are you less likely to smoke because you're a vegan? No. But if you are thinking about your health and you're eating a vegan lifestyle because you're worried about your health, you're less likely to smoke.
And that's where you get like Dr. Greger. I think he's like the vegan, like, he's a doctor that really pushes veganism and everything for its like health benefits. And when I got like into got into nutrition, I listened to him a lot. But then, you know, as I went along, it's like, yeah, I'm with you. Like, I think I completely understand from a moral standpoint. And that's where I think honestly, most vegans come from. It's just a moral, like, I think it's ethically wrong to kill any creature, any sentient creature. And I'm like, I get that.
Unless you're vegan gains. Because he thinks it's okay to stomp humans into the ground and babies, and wanted to film his grandfather dying of a heart attack. But
I remember
if you eat a cow, you deserve to get cancer and die.
Yeah, and there was a whole thing with Eddie Hall and like a kid with cancer. He visited a kid with cancer and he was making fun of that. Like, it was something. It was really something. I went on a whole chat with him. Like, he invited me to go on and talk with him on like some kind of stream thing or whatever.
Yeah, on his Twitch stream.
Yeah, on it, like he was doing YouTube live or whatever. But yeah, like it's interesting character. But yeah, as far as like vegan, I totally get the moral standpoint, but a lot of them bring it to this, like, you are healthier because you avoid animal products. Like, you know, it's all about just balance. It's just people, if you have a balanced diet, then there you go.
Stick with the morality argument, because that's really the only one that you have any substantive feet to stand on.
Yeah, like I totally get that. And like, that's why part of the reason, like, I call myself the Plant Slant is because I focus on plant. My handles are the Plant Slant on like Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff, because it came from like the Blue Zones, you know, they focus on like whole plant foods, and I just enjoy a whole diet focused on whole plant foods. And also, like, I don't like, you know, if I have an option between like meat and an
alternative,
I'm just like, yeah, I go with the alternative. An animal doesn't have to die. Yeah. I like that. I think that's neat. Like, I'll go with this, but still, it's Thanksgiving. I'm gonna have some turkey. Like, I don't know. That's what I got.
So when I was injured in my abdomen, I was actually predominantly plant-based. My wife and I actually started going plant-based years ago. But after we identified that the dramatic increase in my suicidal ideations and my depression, my lethargy, my body composition because of the low testosterone from the injury, it was recommended that I reintroduce meat into my diet, and that helped ameliorate some of those issues. But my second oldest is a staunch vegetarian, and most of my kids, they're very compassionate, kind of like, we want the world to be better than the one that you're leaving us. You guys really fucked this up kind of attitude. And that's weird for a 13 through 7-year-old to have. But that's where they're at. So they're mostly pescatarian. They're mostly vegetarian or vegan. And I just want to be respectful of that and their decisions. But they understand that the doc's like, you need a little bit of red meat. You need that cholesterol, or you're not going to get better. And it has helped. My wife, however, would chase down an elk on all fours, kill it with her bare teeth, and then eat it raw, because she's from Ohio, and that's just how their family is. But not like Columbus, Ohio.
Ohio is a different. They're very different depending on where you are.
Tiffin is where they're from, so it's like up in the boonies. It's a very small town. Heidelberg College is the only thing that they've got up there, and like a Walmart. But they're basically frontier people.
They're doing better than us. They at least have a college. We got a Walmart though.
No, they have a college. Nobody goes there, but they have one.
Still better than us.
Oh man,
fair enough.
Sorry. You just got the goblin puking over your shoulder in the back there.
Yeah, she's my special. What are you doing, sweetie? Come around and say hi. This is a podcast. Nobody's going to be able to see you.
Except on YouTube.
Oh, well, never mind. It's on YouTube. She's backing away immediately.
I look like a crazy person.
That's not her real
We
voice.
got that when she just kind of peeked over your shoulder in the background.
Man, this one has had me on my toes since I met her. I met at Zombie Apocalypse. I found her in a trash can.
I hope that's literally.
On both accounts. So there's this like weekend experience thing that you can do or could do. It's called Dystopia Rising that my friend took like 3 years convincing me to come try, where you basically go pretend that you're living in the zombie apocalypse like 400 years after the end of civilization. And it's all genre. Like from Friday night to Sunday morning, you are living this experience. You're living in a tent. You're eating out of rusty canned food that you've peeled all the labels off of. And you're running from 1/3 of all the participants, which is like 200 to 400 people, who are on their shift as being a zombie chasing everybody else, fucking with you while you sleep, like chasing you down and like hitting you with boffer sticks. It was hilarious. So I finally get, pressured into attending one of these. And my buddy Paul takes me and I see her and I'm being introduced to everybody. And I don't mean it this way, guys. This is just a fact. Sometimes I am conventionally attractive and I was at a nerd camp. So I was by far and away the most attractive person that was there. So I was getting a lot of attention. And everybody was saying hi. And I turn around and I see that absolute, complete, utter bombshell. I don't know how she managed to catch all the attention that I had because she was dressed in rags covered in dirt. And I'm pretty sure she had actual trash hanging off of her body. But I turned around and I said, "Hi, my name is Kevin." And she screamed in my face and ran into the woods. And that's how we met. And she avoided me for like 2 months. And then we finally started talking, but we were like at a distance friends, barely in each other's peripherals until one day she put out there that she wanted her character to have like a sidekick, that kind of deal. And what she had in mind was Channing Tatum from This Is the End, where he's in the gimp suit.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then we started dating.
One of the greatest cameos I've ever seen.
Of all time. But that's the story of how me and my wife met. It's not the meet cute that everybody expects, but that's the one we have.
I'm so happy that we're going to get to include that in the podcast.
Yeah.
That was the greatest romantic story ever.
And the rest is history.
Why are you crab walking over? Hello, sweetheart. Hello, my love.
Hello.
Let me make the creepiest entrance possible. Yeah.
She got me with the zombie virus.
Oh, man.
Are you going to turn into V-Shred now?
Oh, gosh.
I will light
Imagine if
myself
that's how
on
it
fire
worked.
first. I will light myself on fire. I will videotape the entire thing.
7 days after you watch a V-Shred video, you turn into V-Shred.
Oh, God.
Excuse me while I Google how to vomit up my own organs.
Oh, gosh.
Now, listen, he's out there. He's trying to make a buck.
Oh, yeah.
I
No,
get
he's
that.
done very well for himself.
And his advice isn't actively dangerous. It's colossally ineffective, and it's not based on science. And every time he uses the word science, my knuckles itch.
But scientists have found a loophole in our metabolism.
On our science-based methodology. Man, okay. You're basing your entire methodology off of a body type system, which was formulated by a psychiatrist back in the
Yeah.
I believe it was the 30s, that has been debunked and is frankly considered one of the most unsubstantiated series of conclusions about people's body types in relation to their behavior in the history of observational science.
Counterpoint, Kevin, counterpoint. I can look at people and generally put them into those categories. So, there's that. I can look fat person, skinny person. muscular person.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
He wanted to photograph men naked. That's what it was.
College students, young men naked.
College men naked. Yep.
Not the first grift to get nudie pictures of college students, but it
And it won't be the
unfortunately
last.
it's had a long-lasting effects on the fitness industry. Our body composition is a spectrum. You do not have a metabolism based off of one of these three body types.
It's as crazy as to me as the blood type diet, where you got to eat for your blood type. It's on the same level.
My blood pressure just spiked.
Yeah. Oh, I get people asking me about that. Like, should I stop eating pork? I have A positive, so apparently I'm not supposed to be eating that.
I am positive that was a dumb question.
There's one thing I'm positive about. You should stop listening to whoever told you that.
Listen, when you don't know something, you don't know. But folks got to be receptive to being corrected. I learned that the hard way. I was 27 years old when I found out that the expression for making jokes at your own expense was self-deprecation. I had been saying self-defecation
Oh,
well into my adult years.
big difference.
And
That's a big difference. Yeah.
You need some of fucking Rob's diapers from fucking.
it made sense to me because you're shitting on yourself. So I just thought that was the expression. And I regret this to this day. Garrett Brown, I am apologizing to you, brother, my brother in arms, my friend in the Air Force, who, because I have a strong force of personality, when he corrected me and he told me it's self-deprecation, I said, no, it's self-defecation because you're shitting on yourself. And I was so insistent and so dominant in my personality that he believed me and started correcting other people.
That's great.
For years.
That's great.
Wow.
And I only recently fixed that.
That's fucking great. I mean, I've never done it for that long though. Like I always said, for all intensive purposes, not intense in purposes, for all intent. Like if the purposes are intensive, they are intensive for all intensive purposes, which just made sense to me. They are intensive purposes, so I just went with it. But it took a while. I was like, oh, it's intense and purposes. Got it.
So that stuff is like funny. It's a malapropism,
Right.
or it's just a misunderstanding, or you're mishearing it, you're mispronouncing it. There's folks out there that don't know the difference between wander and wonder. So everybody knows that there are stupid people out there. Nobody thinks it's them.
Yep.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty stupid, but it's worked for me, so I keep it going.
You know, it's got kind of like an anti-charisma. It does work. I sit there and I see my little girls, the boys on TV that they think are just amazing. And I look at them, that's a slack-jawed, knuckle-dragging mouth breather. That kid couldn't string two sentences together unless they were written for him. They're like, oh my God, he's so cute. Oh.
You look at the most popular video game streamers. They're idiots. They're idiots. They don't know how to play. They make the biggest mistakes. They're the most popular.
But I feel better about myself every time I watch them. It's like the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
The streaming's an interesting one. I always find it. I'm always interested in what the biggest streamers become. Like you hear XQCs and stuff that just like scream and bang on desks and stuff like that. And that really.
Oh, Tyler One and folks like
Tyler
that.
One. That's another one. Exactly. It's really interesting. What catches? I guess it's just what's loud and different. I don't know, but it's something.
So I tell people this because my channel on YouTube grew disproportionate to my effort in it at first. So much so that I stood back and I was like, whoa, I don't actually want all this attention. It went from 100 subscribers to 50,000 subscribers in like 2 months. I tell people this all the time, and I was making thousands of dollars just off of the ad revenue every single month from the views. It isn't just merit. It isn't just what you bring to the table. It isn't just being attractive. It isn't just having what somebody else wants. Success is equal parts taking advantage of opportunity, blind fucking luck.
Yeah.
You do not know what's going to catch fire. Every last one of my million views videos on any platform was a throwaway video.
Yeah.
I was making a dumb fucking joke and it takes the fuck off. I got my first million view video was on TikTok, second technically, because the one where I was shitting all over a couple of guys that were attacking. Athlete Next was my first million view video, but I was like, I'm curling 120 pounds, my wife's weight, to my face for reasons. And I just filmed me in various different 120 pound curls, curling it to my face and leering at the camera. And that was a fucking million views.
That's funny.
And 500,000 views for the follow up where I actually did it with my wife because people were like, "But you can't do that with her."
Mm-hmm.
So I filmed a video of me picking her up to my face. And like, it's the dumb shit.
It really, it 100% is. And that's why like Gymshark has really kind of figured that out. And a lot of their videos are just at the dumbest of the dumb, but it gets lots of views.
Bang Energy.
Bang Energy is a great example of that.
There's nothing worthwhile about Bang Energy.
No.
Nothing of substance. Even their claims about having super creatine, they suspend the creatine that's in there isn't even as good as normal creatine because it's suspended in the liquid for more than 3 days.
Okay.
It becomes inert and ineffective when it's suspended in water.
But it is called super, though, is my counterpoint to that.
You know what? I fucked up. And I take that correction like a man. I'm going to go get...
It's not regular. Did you hear it?
Super. You can't just throw that word around. You can't just say it.
I mean, if you're talking about marketing, like Liquid Death, bro, Liquid Death has got it down with the marketing. They're so good at it.
Have you seen their... the Deep commercials with the guy from The Boys?
Reacted to that, got 1 million views. Like it's just
man, I love that shit so much. And I don't even care.
I picked up one of their I picked up one of their what's it called? Dead Billionaires, the name of the can. And I didn't realize it was used to be called the Armless Palmer, but then they got sued. They got threatened to be sued from the Arnold Palmer family. I didn't know this. People informed me this. I was like, oh, that makes sense. But now it's Dead Billionaire. And I was like, this kind of tastes like you were drinking water and someone whispered the word tea in another room.
In the other room, which is exactly how I describe LaCroix.
And I literally said, this tastes less like something than LaCroix does, was my joke. And people are like, it can't be that bad. And yeah, that did really well. Like they're fucking shit. I just bought online on Amazon. It hasn't arrived yet. They're electrolytes. They have death dust. And there's an ad with Ozzy Osbourne that is fucking hilarious. So I'm like, of course I have to play that. Look up Death Dust, Liquid Death Ozzy Osbourne commercial. Phenomenal. They did their marketing, their advertising is on point.
Have they been listening to In Moderation? Because, I mean, we had that entire episode with Chem Thug where we were going over dust stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they've taken whatever they needed to because their commercials are fucking great.
So there is literally only one company thus far that I've had a conversation with and an experience with their product to the point where I was like, okay, I'll take an affiliate code. Like I've turned down literally hundreds of them over the last few years. But I do with a creatine gummy because I really enjoy taking them, and they don't give much bullshit in the way of their marketing. Liquid Death is probably the second that I would just I already know the answer is yes because it's my sense of humor.
It really is. Yeah,
it's fucking water. I am water. About it, and I would love to make unhinged content.
Yeah, right.
For free. Just fucking promote it.
Right, exactly. I'm like, I love it. Like, even if I don't like the product's fine. Like, I'm not going to be drinking this. I'm not going to pay $3 for this can because it tastes like water, whatever. But like, it's fun. It's cool. Like, I enjoy it.
It's 100% a decision based on personality. If Liquid Death was a person, everybody would want to be friends with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And I'm fine with that. Like Arizona, I don't drink Arizona. It is sugar water. Yeah. But they made a decision that they were not going to raise their prices regardless of the global inflation that happened and all of that. And that has allowed people to have a sugary drink that they enjoy having ubiquitously and affordably, continuously. So when I get an iced tea, it's an Arizona.
Arizona iced tea.
Yeah. I give them my money. It's Walmart of iced tea. That was incorrect. I'm so sorry. It is the people of Walmart iced tea.
Oh God.
I don't want him to think I'm being too kind.
Fucking what was it? Mike Yursertel had a fucking joke that I was just cracking up. He's like, he was talking about who's the fucking big dude that screams and just throws weight around. Like he just yells, and he's huge, and he's like Russian or something like that.
Yeah. He's a Rascal featured athlete now.
What is
the
his
Grizzly?
name?
He's called the Grizzly. I can't pronounce his name. It's like
fuck yeah, I can't. It's a weird
it's
name.
11 letters and 9 of them are
But
consonants.
he was doing some pull-ups. Like he was doing pull-ups at his weight, and Mike was like, "No, real talk. Like this is some fucking shit. Next time, go to Walmart and pick out a 400-pound person. Shouldn't be that hard, and ask them how many pull-ups they can do." And I was like, "Oh shit, he's brutal. He's just brutal."
No, that dude is not here for a long time, but
no, he's here for a good time.
And he's having it.
I love his, like, he just puts weights like right here, and it's like 8,000 pounds, and he just kind of does this like over and over, and I'm just like, I love it.
It's a Zercher shrug is the only thing I can think to describe it.
Yeah.
I don't know its practical application.
No,
but,
videos, making videos. Like, wait. He just, and then he hits like the weights and just screams at the weights. It's great. It's entertainment at the end of the day.
Because all of his brain function goes to his limbic brain, and there are no words. There is only fight, because he knows, oh, my weight, I'm not going to fight. There's no fight or flight reflex. It's just fight. So he has to slap the weights because they're like, oh, you are the enemy. Oh.
I love it.
He's the 1 intellect, 22 strength barbarian.
Oh yeah, no, he's one intelligence.
I have never seen him utter a intelligible word.
Now that I think about it, I don't think so. I don't think he has.
He's got a commercial with Jessica Butler for Rascal Apparel where she's like looking for love, and she finds him. She thinks she's found the one. And
then he just screams.
Yeah, he like lifts stuff and screams and walks around silently, like dwarfing her. I love that shit. Was that your cat?
Yep.
Oh, that's a fluffer.
He likes to walk in front of the camera, but he doesn't like to pose for it.
That's fair.
Gosh. Okay. Well, I'm going to go make some food and recipes, and then I'll be back on to play some Baldur's Gate.
All right. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I really appreciate y'all having me on.
Hey, wasn't that a great time? Listen to the podcast. You were just, I'm assuming you were just listening to In Moderation. So if you go ahead and hit the 5-star button, is that a thing? The like button?
That's a thing. Yep.
No, like button
5
on YouTube.
stars.
If you're on YouTube, hit the like button, not the dislike button. That's a bad button. The
Bad
like button. Bad
Don't
button.
touch.
Hit all the other buttons. The share. You can go check out
all those things.
Subscribe. Go check out our Patreon. Yeah. We do have a Patreon. It's free to join if you want, or you could give us some money. That'd be really cool, like $1 or $2. It doesn't matter. Whatever you have.
That's where you'll find all the news for this.
We're super appreciative. You can find all sorts of other stuff there. We do giveaways. I think sometimes.
Sometimes.
All that good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, peace.